Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listening to replay for years now. We always appreciate everybody. Have long time listeners, been listening for years, and even if it's your first time, just feel free to hit the like, subscribe button, get the pop up notifications so you can know when we actually pop up and actually are doing a live episode. So just feel free to hit the like and subscribe so you can actually get on that link there and get the notifications of when we go live. So this is the Vault episode 348. What Google, Meta, Facebook have in common law. This is a very interesting episode because so many people ask the question, these type of questions in the background in the private sector. So we're just gonna go over what we've seen from this. This is more of a current events type of deal episode. But nevertheless, it's still a great episode to talk about what uh, we've just seen happen in the public. When we see, what does a corporate restructuring looks like? What does a not a rebranding, because now you just saw the move that we've seen before. So, once again, we're going to cover in this episode what Google and the new website Meta and Facebook have in common law. Because this is a common law right for companies such as persons to literally not rebrand once again, but to restructure. So when you look at how they're operating, these companies have taken it upon themselves to uh, restructure themselves into a position of advantage. So let's just go to a classic company such as a Google. When Google was Google, Google is now owned by Alphabet A and Alphabet B. Uh, they have multiple stocks. This company, Google, is owned by Alphabet A, Alphabet B. So we've seen this before with Google. They're what Facebook is now. Uh, Facebook is a now company that is under an umbrella of Meta. So where we look at a Google, we see Google is under what? Alphabet A, Alphabet B. So when we see this, it's very engaging because we can see what a corporate restructuring looks like in the public. We can see what it's not a corporate rebranding. It's now you see a company Meta that has this company Facebook, it has Oculus, it has Messenger for Facebook, it has Facebook, and it has WhatsApp. I mean, when you look at this company has a holding now that shows you that we're a hedge fund. We've always been a hedge fund. We've always been a media company slash going into products with whether it's with Oculus, going into standing to what is the meta of the phone. The meta is keeping you engrossed in the data that's being mined from the mind, and now they're focused on that metadata from your mind. What can we do to social engineer? What can we do to socially engage more efficiently? Well, the first thing we have to do is go from being a social media network that's under attack, under scrutiny in the public for various associations. Um, we have to go from that to what, gentlemen and ladies? This is the hard decision. We're going to go to what's called a conglomerate. We're going to go now and show that we're even bigger than what we were. We got to expose the what? The data that they're holding in common law. So we have to give up some data. Well, guess what? We have to show our diverse holdings because the company was formerly known as Facebook, right? And which Facebook at one point bought Instagram, at one point bought WhatsApp, at one point went in and bought Oculus. These are prior deals. So they bought these things. Uh, it, when you see these things in play, now they're meta. It's metadata. That's what it is. It's meta. And we're seeing the not dangers in the marketplace when people say, well, what is the danger of a company, you know, buying either all these companies or stating that they're diversified in their portfolio? What is the dangers? The dangers are that maybe people didn't have access to see the private records of what the company has, holds, in X, Y, and Z. But they've exposed their hand nonetheless, whether it's with a new public filing. It's almost like, are they going to be still publicly exchanged with the same ticker, or are they going to come in and ring the bell? These are small details that will be hashed out, but they've already most likely legally on paperwork already stated that they're going with the new name. Period. So when you see that, they're showing that, hey, we're separating assets, because asset protection comes from those things being separated. So when we see that, we see the diversity in their holdings, and that may not be all of their holdings. But how are they able to do what they just did, which is change their name on paper in common law? Just like Google went from Google to Alphabet A and Alphabet B. That's who owns the company. That's the larger company, Alphabet Company. People say, oh, this company's bigger than that company, and these are more of when you really see, they're almost like the two major players in media marketing on the public side. Outside of other media conglomerates, they're able not only to do media, they're also able to engage in many different other uh, sales verticals for their services. And so they have as you can see, large diverse holding. As you all can see, even supposedly the company itself was actually losing revenue on marketing. And even if it wasn't losing money on revenue and marketing, it has come under a lot of scrutiny recently. So by the company coming under scrutiny, it's only more apropos. At one point, we got to go on a new what? Media campaign. Are we aware of that? We have to go on a new media campaign. This company has come to a point where supposedly we just had what's called a whistleblower, all type of stuff. A whistleblower at a lovely company that has impacted so many people's lives. What? Positively or negatively. But right now, we need a quality PR campaign. And the quality PR campaign is to change our name in common law. Where's the company file for? These are the things you have to ask yourself. Is it already in a tax haven? So what Google, Meta slash Facebook have in common law is we can see that this company, Google, has already done the restructuring, and Meta now owns 4 companies. We're not focused on Facebook anymore as a stock by itself. Now we can build in equity through the other platforms that we have under what? The company holding Meta. The company holdings. It's called Meta. It's holding multiple companies. And so we just wanted to do a pop-up episode. Feel free to hit the like, subscribe. But when we see these things, this should give you hope. When it comes to you being able to handle your reputation in the public with business, whether it's in common law. So many people say, oh, how does it relate? It relates because it's about business. It's not about personal. When people say, oh, you get rid of the old name or new name or whatever, think about this. This company didn't get rid of anything. They didn't get rid of anything. They just showed their hand. Who's really in control? A new company, supposedly. That you it wasn't there in the beginning? Right. Okay. That's not the case. It's business, not personal, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody talks about branding, branding, branding. They clearly don't care about branding. Google is actually still called Google. They're just owned by Alphabet A. Facebook is still called Facebook. It's just what? Owned by Meta. That's the difference. There's not one company under Meta? No. This is what happens. Did they get bought out right now? What happened? Did they get bought out or these are players are exposing their hand to where they were the whole time? Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. We have Trustee Training. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, this episode was about what we always call classic restructuring. And we just appreciate people for listening, tuning in live or in the replay, getting some value out of it. Feel free to reach out Christian at trustchristian.com. Hit the notifications of when we're going to go live next time. Look forward to hearing from you all.